The worst financial advice I was ever given: stay out of debt. It sounds responsible, but that mindset alone can keep you broke your entire life. I became a millionaire by 30, and I did it by using debt, not avoiding it. So if you've been told all debt is bad, you've been taught half the truth. And in this video, I'm going to show you the difference that nobody explains, how the wealthy actually use debt, and how I personally pulled over $130,000 cash out refi recently just with 2 properties using debt. Before we even get into good versus bad debt, you need to understand something that most people miss. You were conditioned to fear debt. Think about it. Your parents probably warned you about credit cards. School never taught you leverage. The only examples that you saw were people struggling with debt. So naturally, you associate debt with stress. But here's the problem. You were shown misused debt, not strategic debt. That's like saying fire's dangerous, so never use it. Meanwhile, other people are using that same fire to cook, build, and create wealth with. Let's really lock this in. Bad debt: you borrow money and you spend it. It loses value and you still owe the full amount. You're paying for something that's already gone. That's why people feel trapped. Now, good debt: you borrow money, but instead of spending it, you deploy it into something that produces income, appreciates, or both. Here's the key. Bad debt equals consumption. Good debt equals cash flow. That one shift alone will change how you manage your finances. Here's where most people get stuck. They try to save their way to wealth. They think, I'll just work harder, earn more, and stack cash. But income alone has a ceiling. Even if you're making $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, you're still trading time for money. Wealthy people don't rely on income. They rely on the assets to generate income. And debt, used correctly, is what allows you to acquire assets faster than your income would allow. Without leverage, you're playing the game on slow mode. Let's simplify leverage even more. Leverage is just using borrowed money to control a larger asset. Example, you buy a $300,000 property. Did you put $300,000 down? No. You probably put $15,000 down, $30,000 down, maybe even less. But you control the full asset using leverage. So if that property goes up 5%, that's $15,000 appreciation. Not on $300,000, but on your initial investment. That's leverage. Now add rent, add loan pay down. Now add tax advantages. This is why real estate is one of the most powerful wealth builders that is used by everyday people like myself to generate true wealth. Let me walk you through my deal a little deeper, because this is where it clicks for most people. I found a property most people overlooked, needed work, didn't look pretty. That's exactly why I wanted it, because value is created, not found. I bought it below market value, put about $40,000 into renovation, forced the appreciation, then rented it out. Now it's producing monthly income. Now I go back to the bank. New appraisal comes in significantly higher, and I refinance. I did it with 2 different properties, and I pulled out around $130,000 cash, tax-free, since it's technically a loan. Both properties, I've got 0 of my own money left in the deal. Cash flow is less since it's leveraged at about 75% loan to value ratio, but that'll improve over time. And here's the part that most people miss. I still own the property. It's still cash flowing, and someone's paying down the loan. And on top of that, the $130,000 I mentioned, it doesn't even include the rents and the security deposits and non-refundable deposits. That's good debt in action. Now, let's be real for a second. This debt is not risk-free. Things can go wrong. Bad rehab estimates, bad tenants, market shifts, interest rates. This is not a get-rich-quick strategy at all. It's a get-rich-correctly strategy. But here's the trade-off. Avoiding risk doesn't make you safe. It just guarantees slower progress. The real goal is managed risk, not zero risk. Let me give you something practical that you can do today. Running a debt audit on your life. List out every debt that you have, then ask, is this making me money? Is this building long-term value? Or is it just costing me money every month? Now categorize: keep, optimize, scale, or attack, eliminate, remove. That alone will change your trajectory. The question isn't, should I avoid debt? The question is, do I understand how to use it? Because if you don't, debt will control you. But if you do, debt becomes one of the most powerful tools that you have. I went from a regular guy, no inheritance, no trust fund, to building real wealth, generational wealth that gets passed on to generations and generations. And debt used the right way was a big part of that. I built a portfolio worth over $5.5 million within 5 years using debt strategically. If this gave you a different perspective, send this to someone who thinks that all debt is bad, because that belief is expensive. And if you want to see the exact numbers behind my BRRRR deal, watch this video right here. Somewhere along here. Just go ahead and click on it.